You know when you see an artist's work everywhere online, it's a constant, beautiful presence in your feed, but the creator themselves is a total mystery. It's like a digital ghost. Well, today, we're pulling back the curtain on one of the most prolific ghosts on the internet.
Like maybe you've seen their dreamy, floral designs on a custom t-shirt site like Upity, scrolling through hundreds of options.
Or, hey, maybe you've come across their digital prints and canvases on a creative marketplace like Booth.
You might have even seen it pop up as part of a collaboration with a huge brand like Uniqlo. And you've almost certainly seen them on independent shop platforms like Base. See, this artist isn't just in one place. They've built this massive, sprawling digital empire. Which, of course, leads to the big question, right? Who is GalleryGai? That's what we're going to dig into today. Think of it like a little digital detective story.
All right, so here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll follow the digital breadcrumbs to figure out who this artist actually is. Then, we'll get into the heart of their work, this really cool mix of art and poetry. But you're going to want to stick around for the third part, because that's where we find a really surprising collaborator, an AI critic. And finally, we'll step back and ask, okay, what does all this mean for the future of art? First things first. Let's start assembling the clues from their digital footprint and try to figure out the human behind this incredible amount of work.
So after a bit of digging across all those profiles, a name finally emerges. The artist goes by TGAI, or just by the character Kai, which is pronounced Kai.
And you kind of get a sense of their whole vibe from their bio. It just says, "You are not living on the earth. We are living in the universe." So right away it sets this really philosophical, almost cosmic tone for everything. And this is really interesting. Kai actually gives a name to their technique. They call it retouch painting. So what does that mean? Well, it's not painting from a blank canvas. It's all about taking photographs and then using tools like Photoshop and Lightroom to completely transform them into these new painterly expressions. And the sheer scale of this digital footprint is just wild. It's not just one shop. We're talking multiple blogs, storefronts on pretty much every major indie platform, those apparel deals we mentioned, NFT collections on different marketplaces, and of course, all the usual social media channels. Kai has seriously created a presence that's everywhere and nowhere at the same time.
All right, so we've kind of figured out the who and the how, but what about the art itself? Let's dive into the heart of the work, because it's so much more than just pretty pictures. So, check out this line from one of their pieces. It's short, it's beautiful, and it's super emotional. And the thing is, this isn't just some random caption. It's a core part of the artwork. And this is the key, right here. Every single piece of art, like this one, Rainbow's Gentle Embrace, is fused with its own unique bilingual poem. The image you see and the words you read are meant to be one single experience. It creates this whole world of dreamy, nature-inspired emotion. And you see this pattern again and again in their work. Notice the themes that keep popping up, these quiet moments in nature, the changing of the seasons, this feeling of gentle reflection. The poetry always reinforces the mood of the art.
Let's look at this one, called Tranquil Serenity. The art itself, it draws you in with its calm visuals, but it's the poem that really gives a voice to that specific feeling of peace. It's this powerful connection that makes the whole thing so much deeper than if it were just an image or just words alone.
Okay, but just when you think you've got their creative process all figured out, human artist, photo, some retouching, adds a poem, things are about to get weird. The story takes a really modern turn.
Get this, in February 2024, Kai announces that a brand new collaborator is joining the gallery. And this collaborator's job to write the official commentary and analysis for every single piece. And who is it? It's artificial intelligence.
So the way it works is just fascinating. On one side, you have the artist's own human intent for a piece, but on the other side, you have the official analysis, which is generated by AI models like Copilot and Gemini. It becomes this public conversation between human feeling and machine logic, and it's all published together. But why? What's the point of all this? Well, according to Kai, it's all about adding a new layer of interpretation. The thinking is that an AI can offer a more objective view, maybe spot things the human eye might miss, and ultimately it encourages us, the viewers, to engage with the art on a much deeper, more critical level. So what does a process like this really mean for the future of art, for the future of creativity?
See, what's so important to understand here is that this isn't AI generating the art. That's a whole different conversation. This is something else entirely. It's a unique creative loop. A human creates, and then an AI interprets. The AI becomes the official critic and explainer for that human's work. And that AI text, it actually becomes part of the final, published piece. So this whole experiment, by just one single, mysterious online artist, it really starts to raise some huge questions. It challenges our old ideas about authorship, about interpretation, and just the basic relationship between a creator, their tools, and us, the audience.
And that, right there, is the big takeaway from the story of GalleryGai. This isn't just about a cool new technique. It's a real-world case study that forces us to ask a really tricky question. When an artist uses AI to explain their own work, who is the author of its meaning? Is it the artist? Is it the viewer? Or is it the machine that writes the official analysis? That's a question we're all going to be wrestling with for a long, long time.